Let me ask you something. You are about to spend thousands of pounds on your education in the UK. You have got your visa, your offer letter, your flight booked, but where are you going to sleep when you land? Here's the truth that nobody talks about. Finding student accommodation in the UK is harder than getting your visa. And if you don't know what you are doing, you could lose thousands of pounds to scams, end up in unsafe areas, or be homeless for the first week. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to find your perfect student home, the real cost for 2026, the types of accommodation, where to search, the scams to avoid, and everything else you need to know. Whether you are coming to the UK in next September intake or next year, this is the only guide you need. So let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Avnika and I help international students and migrants navigate life in the UK. From visas to accommodation to finding jobs to settling down here with a permanent residency, I have got you covered. If you are planning to study in the UK or are already here looking for accommodation, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I post weekly videos with practical advice that will save you time, money and stress. Alright, let's dive into the complete guide to finding student accommodation in the UK. Before we get into the details, let me give you the big picture. The UK student accommodation market in 2026 is more expensive than ever. According to recent data, the average rental cost in London is now £2,121 per month, and even outside London, students are spending between 900 to £1,400 per month on living costs. But here's the thing, if you know the system, you can find good accommodation within your budget. You just need to understand the different types, the rental costs, and the process. So let's break it down step by step. There are five main types of student accommodation in the UK. Each has its own pros, cons, and price range. Let's go through them one by one. So, type 1 is university accommodation, which is also called halls of residence. First up, we have university accommodation, also known as halls of residence, and these are rooms or apartments owned by your university. This is usually the safest option for first year international students. You are guaranteed a place if you apply early, and it's right on campus or very close by. There are some pros of this, like guaranteed accommodation if you apply early. Bills are usually included, water, electricity, wi-fi. It's very close to campus, so you can roll out of bed into lectures. There will be other students around you, so it's easy to make friends. No UK guarantor is needed, which is a big deal for international students. Maintenance support is included. If something breaks, the university will fix it for you. However, there are some cons to it as well, which is that it can be very expensive, and especially in London. There is less freedom. There are rules about guests, noise, parties, and you usually need to move out during summer holidays. Sometimes it can be basic quality. You are paying for convenience and not luxury if that's something you want. So cost for 2026 in London, expect to pay 200 to £450 per week, and outside London it will be 120 to £200 range per week, and this usually includes bills. Now, who should choose this? I would suggest that first year students, those who want simplicity and security, and anyone who wants to be close to campus and surrounded by other students can choose this type of accommodation. Type 2, which is private student accommodation. So, next we have private student accommodation, also known as purpose built student accommodation or PBSA. These are buildings built specifically for students, owned by private companies like Unite Students, IQ, Vita Student, or Student Roost. Now, what is it is? These are modern purpose-built buildings designed entirely for students. Think ensuite rooms, studios with gyms, cinema rooms, and study spaces. Now, the pros of this is that there are modern facilities provided like gyms, cinema rooms, study spaces, game rooms. Bills are included like gas, electricity, water, Wi-Fi, etc. There's 24 by 7 security and reception. Social events are organized like movie nights, pizza parties, quiz nights. There will be all students, so great community feeling will be there. There is flexible contracts. Some offer shorter stays and some offer longer stays. Ensuite bathrooms will be there, so there's no sharing. Now there are some cons to it, like it can be most expensive option. It can be far from campus depending on the location. Sometimes it's too social or noisy, so depends on person to person. There can be extra fees for amenities that you might not even use and might not even get time to even use them. It can also feel a bit like a hotel and less homely. The cost for 2026 for this type of accommodation in London is 300 to 600 pounds per week, and outside London it's 150 to 280 per week. Bills are usually included. Now, who should focus on this type of accommodation are students who want modern amenities, don't mind paying more for convenience, and want a ready-made social life. Now comes the type 3 accommodation, which is shared house or flat. So now let's talk about shared houses or flats. This is what most second and third year students choose. You rent a room in a house or flat shared with other students or sometimes working professionals. So you rent a room in a house or flat and share common areas like the kitchen, living room, and sometimes bathrooms with your housemates. There are pros to this, like this is the cheapest option, I would say. This is the main reason students choose this accommodation. There's more freedom and independence. You can choose your location according to you. You live with friends or make new ones there. You learn to manage bills and more responsibilities. Are often closer to city center or nightlife or social life, I would say. Now there are some cons to this accommodation, that bills are usually not included. You pay gas, electricity, water, Wi-Fi separately, and it's always better to check with the landlord about that. Finding good housemates can be challenging. Landlord quality varies, so some are great, some are terrible. You may need a UK guarantor for this accommodation. There are maintenance issues. If the boiler breaks, you might be without hot water for days. Cleaning conflicts with housemates if you don't gel with them very well. So the cost for 2026 in London for this type of accommodation would be 150 to 300 pounds per week for a room. Outside London it would be 80 to 150 pounds per week. Remember, bills are usually extra, so budget 50 to 100 pounds per month for these. And now, who should choose this? Second and third year students, budget conscious students, and those who want independence and don't mind managing bills should choose this type of accommodation. Type 4, which is studio apartment. Next, we have studio apartments. These are self contained units with your own kitchen and bathroom, no sharing with anyone, a single room that includes your bedroom, kitchenette, and bathroom. It's completely private. The pros of this accommodation type are this complete privacy, no sharing with anyone, no conflicts with housemates over cleaning or noise because you are living on your own. It's often in good locations and good for couples or postgraduate students. Some cons to this type of accommodation are that they can be expensive, they can be isolating, so you are not focused to socialize a lot because you are living on your own. Limited space, everything is in just one room, so there's not much space. Higher bills, if the bills are not included, then they can be higher. There's cooking smell in your bedroom as well because everything is in just one place. So yeah, the cost for 2026 for this type in London is 250 pounds to 500 pounds per week, and outside London it can vary from 180 to 300 pounds per week. Bills may or may not be included, so check carefully. So who should choose this? Students who value privacy, so like couples, postgraduate students, and those who prefer to live alone can choose this type of accommodation. Now the type 5 comes, which is spare room or flat share. Finally, we have spare rooms or flat shares. This is where you rent a room in someone's existing flat or house, often found on spare room or Gumtree. Now what it is, you rent a room in someone's home, could be a family, a couple, or other housemates. It's more like being a lodger. There are some pros to it, like it can be very cheap. There are flexible arrangements, it's often furnished, and it's good for short term stays. Now the cons are that you are living with strangers, there's less security, It can be temporary, like the owner might want the room back from you. There's quality that varies widely, depends on room to room. There's less control over the space also. Because obviously, when you're living with more people, you have to compromise in some things. Now, the cost for this type of accommodation in London is 400 to 900 pounds per month. Outside London is 300 to 600 pounds per month. And who should choose this is our students on tight budget, those looking for short term accommodation, and those who don't mind living with strangers. Now comes the part where to search for accommodation. Now you know the types, let's talk about where to actually find them. Here are the platforms I recommend. Rightmove, this is the UK's largest property website. It's best for private rentals, shared houses, and full properties. Use the student accommodation section specifically. It's great because it's mostly verified agents there. Now, the spare room, the largest room sharing website, best for finding rooms in shared houses. They have a buddy up feature also where you can find potential housemates before you even move in. So, look for student friendly badges. Third is Zoopla, another big property site, good for whole flat rentals and price comparisons. Check the to rent section with student filters on it. Fourth is open rent. This connects you directly with the landlord, so no agent fees is there, but you need to be careful and verify the landlord is legitimate or not. Fifth is university portals, your university's own accommodation portal. This is the best place for university halls. If that's of interest to you, apply as soon as you accept your offer. Places go really fast. The sixth is Facebook groups. Search student housing and you just type the city name. You can find good last minute deals, but be very careful. Lots of scams here are happening. Never pay before viewing, so be careful. Seventh is specialist student sites. So sites like Amber Student, Uni Echo, and Student.com are designed for international students. They often have support services to help you. Now the next part is budget planning. Let's talk money. This is where you need to be realistic. The monthly rent by location. So London is the most expensive. According to 2026 data, the average rental cost in London is 2,121 pounds per month, but that includes all types. For students specifically, here's what you should budget. I'll put a table here. London versus outside London, the difference is huge. In London, expect to pay 800 pounds to 1500 pounds per month just for rent. Outside London, you can find good accommodation for 400 to 700 pounds. For total living cost, budget 1400 to 2000 pounds per month in London and 900 to 1300 pounds outside London. Bills included versus excluded. Bills included means your rent covers gas, electricity, water, and Wi Fi. This is usually 10 to 15% more expensive, but you have fixed costs. Bills excluded means you pay these separately. Can be cheaper if you are careful, but you'll have admin hassle and unexpected costs. My advice for your first year, go bills included. You are already dealing with so many changes, don't add bill stress to it. And once you figure out things, you can just take the decision accordingly. Now comes the deposit. By law, landlords must protect your deposit in a government backed scheme. The maximum is 5 weeks rent. Under the new Renters Rights Act 2026, landlords can only ask for 1 month rent in advance, not 6 months like before. And council tax, good news is that as a full time student you are exempt from council tax, but you must apply for this exemption with your local council. Don't just ignore the bill, otherwise you could face a fine. Now the documents you need to apply for accommodation. Before you start applying, get these documents ready. Passport or ID, which is your proof of identity. Student offer letter, which proves that you are a student. Bank statements last 3 to 6 months showing that you can pay rent. Student visa, proof of right to rent. Guarantor, so guarantor is someone who agrees to pay if you can't. So UK based guarantor is preferred normally. And a deposit, usually 5 weeks rent. If you don't have a UK guarantor, which most international students don't, you can use services like Housing Hand. They act as your guarantor for a fee of about 4 to 6 weeks rent. Now the step by step process. Shortlist areas. Research where your university is, transport links, and the safe neighborhoods. Don't just look at the cheapest areas. Consider safety and commute time. Set your budget. Be realistic. Include rent, bills, transport, food, and emergency funds. Now start searching. Good accommodation gets booked fast. Start 2 to 3 months before. Check platforms daily and contact landlords immediately. Arrange your viewings. Never book without viewing. If you can't visit in person, ask for a live video walkthrough, not just photos. Check the contract. Read everything. Check tenancy type, start and end dates, break clause, bills included or excluded, guest policy, and the deposit protection details. Pay the deposit. Only pay after signing the contract. Make sure the deposit is protected in a government scheme. Move in. Take photos of everything. Get an inventory list, test appliances, get meter readings, and set up bills if needed. Now comes the red flags and scams. So, red flag 1 is paying before viewing. Never send money before you have seen the property in person or via a video call. Scammers use fake photos and disappear with deposits, and you don't want that. Red flag number 2, no written contract. If a landlord says we don't have a contract, run. A proper tenancy agreement protects you both. Red flag number 3, suspicious listings. Watch for prices way below market rate, stock photos, vague descriptions, landlords who won't give a specific address, or pressure to decide quickly. Red flag number 4, too cheap properties. In London, if someone offers you a room for £400 per month when the average is £800 plus, it's probably a scam. So be careful. Red flag number 5, fake landlords. Verify by asking for proof of ownership, checking if the agent is registered, and searching the landlord's name plus scam or review. Never use Western Union or cryptocurrency for payments. Red flag number 6 is pressure tactics. Any landlord who says someone else is viewing in an hour, pay now to secure, it's usually pressure tactics. Good landlords don't do this. Now comes the practical tips. These are the tips that will save you money and stress. Share accommodation to save money. A £600 two bed becomes £300 each. Choose near transport. Saving £100 on rent but spending £120 on transport doesn't make sense. For first year, go bills included. Check contract dates, match your course. Check what's included in furnished, bed, desk, wardrobe, appliances. Join student groups early. Students often pass on their rooms, so joining those groups might help. Have a backup plan. Book temporary accommodation for your first week just in case, and that's completely optional. That's everything you need to know about finding student accommodation in the UK, from the types of housing to rental costs to the scams to avoid. Remember, start early, trust your instincts, and never pay before viewing. Thousands of international students find great accommodation every year. You will too. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos about studying and living in the UK. And let me know in the comments what city are you moving to and what type of accommodation are you considering. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and good luck with the UK journey. Bye bye.